everybody believes that it's always a nightmare when it comes to setting up a company, sourcing out the capital, getting the right team, location, and the whole bulk of money to actually put it in place. And then not just that, and then making sure that your services are on point and it can actually really satisfy the client. So to make it easy on you, I'm just gonna run down to you my own steps, the little steps that I took to building up a very, very beautiful company and getting the right staffers. So step number one for me is I had to prepare myself mentally. Okay, it is very important to prepare yourself mentally, and these are the things you have to do to make sure that you're mentally prepared to carry on the task of building a company. If you are so excited about getting profit in the first few months, then I don't think you're ready yet. You're mentally ready yet. It doesn't work like that. Profit doesn't just come like that. So you've got to tell yourself, I'm gonna run this for a while and I'm gonna make sure that I put everything in order, even if it means that I'm not gonna make profit out of it for the first months, okay? Second thing is you need to get some board members. You need to get some people who have been in the business for a while. Now, why do you need these people? Sometimes, you could get stuck mentally. Sometimes you could get stuck when it comes to building that your process, your structure. And because they've been there, they've gotten the experience, they know how to deal with certain situations, not because they are the best or they learned it in school but it's just because they have gone through that same process that you're about going through. They've been there, they've weathered the storms, and they understand what route they took that was very, very helpful for them. So you need these people. I'm not talking about one of your aunts that is running a provision store. She's not going to understand a corporate setting, how to solve certain problems. I'm talking about someone who is running something that might not necessarily be the same, but quite similar. Step number 3, be certain of what you want to get into. Be certain. What I mean is, look at every other thing that you love and look at something that you don't just love, but you're passionate about. It's something that you can get up in the morning every day and you want to do it and you're good at it. And it's actually really helping people. So another thing that I took into consideration was my location. See, it's very important. There are certain things people don't consider when running a business. For me, location was very important because you wouldn't believe the amount of cost you might inquire if where you live is far from where your business is going to be, because sometimes you need to attend to things very fast and you don't want to be the last person coming all the time. And another thing, ask yourself, where you're placing your company, do you have, or does that environment reflect your clientele? Would you have clients from that environment? It's very important. So I thought about my location. I wanted it in a high-end environment, regardless. I wanted it in a place where you have a lot of companies, so it's going to be easy for me to get into them, do some market analysis to understand the kind of services that they might be needing that I don't know of. So I needed that crowd. I needed that while I was choosing my location. And then another thing that I took into consideration was my employee handbook. What are my policies like? What kind of policies do I want to uphold as an individual when it comes to discrimination, when it comes to salary? I needed to find out all of those policies, the office setting, discrimination, and all of those things. I had to put all of these things into consideration. And then I decided on what would be my baseline when it comes to salaries. It's very important. Decide, because people can just come and they give you their CV, maybe they're level 3 experts, and then they give you a high salary, and then they're very good. And then you feel like, oh, if I don't get this person, my company is going to crumble. You've got to balance, balance up. And that one, I'll talk about in detail in my training. So if you want to know a lot about that, how to balance up a level 1 versus what you want, I'll be teaching that in my trainings. So please just watch out for when I have trainings, and you have a lot of details. Another thing that I considered was my capital. I needed to put together my capital. So it doesn't matter how much, but it varies from industry to industry. And the trick is, you shouldn't have money that will solve everything. You must have a baseline. Like, I'm going to start with 100K. 100K, this and this and this is what I want to get. 200K, this and this and this is what I want to get. And once you have that, it's easy for you to run. And every little thing you spend, please put it down, note it so that you can work back the money. Okay, so that's a quickie on corporate affairs.